Major moves, we going all in, like we got nothing to lose. We making moves, we making major moves, we making moves, we making major moves, we making moves.
Welcome back to my channel. I want to thank you guys for actively deciding to spend time with me. I'm just a guy in a Spider-Man mask, a cool one I might add. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just providing information and content already on the internet, and I just read it and present it to you guys in a way that may reach you or may not reach you. Whatever the reason is you found my page, I'm grateful you're here, and thank you for spending time with me. Let's get into this. What is up, everybody? I had to jump on today. I was upstairs reviewing some documents, checking out some of the videos I have, and I had to drop this. Just sipping on some nice fine wine here, red wine here, and I had to drop this. I mean, I gotta include this community in my thinking here. Why? Because I love y'all. I love y'all, and I hope you guys appreciate the fire I bring to you on a daily, no, not a daily, well, I guess daily, on a daily basis. And when I drop these videos here to bring it all together for you guys, I hope you are able to follow my thoughts as I drop them for you, drop these gems and these nuggets here. So I dropped this video today, and somebody had a question about it. They said they didn't understand what was going on. So let me help you understand what's going on. All right. Then I'll take you guys through this, and I'll take you through some of the other documents I have as well. And then that'll be it for the day. But trust me, you're going to want to hear this news. Share this news. You're going to want to like this video. You're going to want to subscribe to my channel, and you're going to want to share this channel. You need all your friends and family and those who discredit you. They need to know about this too. As long as they just trust what you say, just follow along. Follow along. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm just going to show you the documents I have, okay? Let me just pause or mute my mic here so you can hear the video clearly.
Exchange, with Archos and with Toko, but there's clearly an opportunity in DeFi, and there's an opportunity to create liquidity, which is that.
So he's saying there's clearly an opportunity in DeFi, and there's clearly an opportunity to create liquidity in DeFi. Okay, keep listening.
Actually going to help this industry scale.
And that's what's going to help this industry scale. DeFi's liquidity is going to help this industry scale. All right, keep watching. The next guy that you see in the video speaking, he is a member of IOSCO, the International Organization for Securities. I don't remember what they stand for, but they're the International Securities Governing Body. All right, listen to what he has to say. Now that we heard DeFi brings the liquidity to help this industry scale, listen to this, okay?
So if we can find a way to bring those two together, I think it's really exciting.
Our work with CPMI to produce recommendations in relation to stablecoins, and that came out in July 2022. And at the same time, we produced a roadmap promising to deliver global recommendations in relation to how crypto should be regulated when it comes to securities market, and we promised to deliver that by the end of 2023 in two sections. One to deal with crypto and crypto trading platforms, and the second to deal with DeFi.
So, if crypto regulations, global crypto standards and regulations come end of 2023, and this guy says they're dealing with DeFi to come out for global regulations this end of the year 2023, and the other individual stated that DeFi brings the liquidity. Let's jump into this, okay? Let's jump into this here. Let's just break this down. Let's break it down. Okay, so this is Osler. They are a legal team here. Global DeFi. Okay, there we go. IOSCO unveils consultation report on global DeFi regulations. We just heard the gentleman from IOSCO say global DeFi regulations are coming. We heard the other individual states that DeFi and global regulations. If we pair those together, liquidity will come. Liquidity will come. On September 7th, 2023, the International Organization of Securities Commission, IOSCO, published its second report in accordance with its crypto asset roadmap policy recommendations for decentralized finance. You won't hear this stuff anywhere else. I am the regulations guy, and I'll bring this stuff to you guys all day long. Zeroing in on these decentralized finance, the report builds on a prior report in offering 9 additional recommendations to assist IOSCO members develop their own decentralized finance regulatory framework. The report further interprets how IOSCO's objectives and principles for securities regulations apply to DeFi participants. So, the release of IOSCO's reports coincide with heightened regulatory scrutiny of the DeFi sector. Since the beginning of 2023, several entities associated with DeFi protocol have faced legal challenges, including actions initiated by the CFTC, 0x Inc., and DerideX, and New York State supervisory action against Paxos Trust Company in relation to its stablecoin, the BUSD. So IOSCO's organizational mandate is to promote regulatory consistency both between and within member jurisdictions and to avoid regulatory arbitrage. Okay? Remember that term, regulatory arbitrage. I'm going to show you guys something here, okay? So we were just on that term, regulatory arbitrage by IOSCO. Check this out. This is the Hedera. This is not the Hedera. This is Hedera speaking with Toko, and they're talking about regulatory arbitrage. Have a listen.
Topic to Doug. The other part of what we're doing is working with people who are looking to leverage this technology to create things that don't exist today, to provide access to fractional investments in or fractional ownership rights of certain things. And one observation I would make, and it's taken me a while to get there. I mean, I started Toko, I was a lawyer, and to me, this is about the digitization of rights. That's what it is. Tokenization, I think, is now starting to generate a lot of perspectives, and like everything in Web3, NFTs mean 10 different things to 10 different people, and all of these other things. The same is happening with tokenization. To me, this is the digitization of rights. And what we can put in a token is any rights that we used to be able to put in a paper-based contract. And now what the technology is doing, to your question, is what's the value proposition? Yep. Once things are in digital form, you can do different things with them. The analogy I love to talk about is the digital camera, the digital photograph. There are 5 orders of magnitude, so that's 5 zeros, more photographs taken in a year today than were ever taken with film photography. So something dramatic happened. And then we saw, once these things were digitized, entire industries grew. We had social media, we had instant messaging, we had all of the things that we take for granted today just didn't exist when we had photographs in film and we got them printed out at the shop and we'd stick them on our wall. So it was actually what happened next that's, I think, the really exciting answer to the question about what's the value proposition. So once we start digitizing rights, I think we are going to see industries emerging around what can I do with these fractional rights? What can I do with collateralization of them? What can I do with the transferability of them? What can I do with the liquidity of them? And these are big questions. Now, that's a little bit future gazing and it's the proposition, but what we've been focused on is creating valuable, data-rich, meaningful tokens, putting the deal in the token. And so Toko, I was a lawyer and I looked at tokenization activities and I was very disappointed with what was happening on the technology front because they weren't putting the deal in the token. They were creating a digital thing, but there was no real information in there. So we've built a data-rich tokenization engine which allows the deal to go into the token. And that then I think is going to enable people to do things they couldn't do. Now we're launching examples. Exciting news for Toko. We've received the first full market licenses as a broker-dealer and exchange operator in the new Dubai Virtual Asset Regulatory Authority this week.
That deserves an applause, by the way.
And thank you to my colleague, Christy Schwartz from DLA Piper, who wrote that law, which we've now got a license over.
Stand up, stand up. Okay.
Now, what we're going to be able to do, this is for people in London or from the US or other markets, we can now create digital security interests and sell them to retail investors. No 12-month lockup, no restrictions. There are obviously rules, but this is a fundamental game changer because the promise of this technology from where I started was, how do we democratize finance? How do people with assets that are currently illiquid or that traditional finance isn't servicing play? How do they participate? Well, the technology allows it. The missing piece has been, do the regulators allow it? And what we're now seeing is this regulatory arbitrage beginning.
We're seeing the regulatory arbitrage. Oh, shoot. Okay. I'll go back and let that play again. I just need to take a breath. You guys, you hear this, right? You hear this. I'm just putting the pieces together here. Okay, let me just go back on this, okay?
Has been, do the regulators allow it? And what we're now seeing is this regulatory arbitrage beginning to occur. And so projects we're working on next week, I'm not going to name names, but next week we're announcing a tokenized crowdfunding platform for small to medium enterprise size companies in the Middle East to start doing equity tokenized crowdfunding.
And these projects are in London and going to the US of A, to institutional investors. And who else? The retail investors, all right? That's the you and me of the world here. These are coming to us. And as we're learning here, they are coming when in DeFi?
And at the same time, we produced a roadmap promising to deliver global recommendations in relation to how crypto should be regulated when it comes to securities market, and we promised to deliver that by the end of 2023.
Shit. I don't know what to say here. This is just juicy. We got DeFi coming. We got tokenization happening all over the place. Everyone's talking about tokenization happening. We got DeFi global standards, regulations coming, implemented end of 2023. We got Halloween coming, October 31st. We got wars going on right now. 2 major wars, Russia, Ukraine. We got Hamas, terrorist group, and we got Israel going off in there. So I'm expecting something to pop up between now and October 31st. That way we can see the Red October take place, and we can see November, what November is going to bring in. Because I expect these global regulations to come in November. All right? Let me show you why I think these are coming in November. All right? I don't just talk out of my butthole here. I'll give you guys reasons. Look at this. Look at this. Okay? Let's zoom in. This is from the ECB. So future volume should be taken into account. SCORE, the European Issuance Services, the migration of the Euro system together with FMIs and counterparties will drive adoption of ISO 20022 messaging format to a larger size. The scope of messages still to be adopted in the second wave in 2025. So they are going to be rolling out crypto regulations, global crypto standard regulations, the end of 2023, which is in November. And in 2025, they will be re-evaluating those global standards. And here we have confirmation by the ECB. There'll be a second wave in 2025. And it's expected that messages will have been implemented by most actors by November 2023, this year. This will bring a further push towards adoption of a single messaging standard. So you guys see, this is going to be huge. I'm going to show you why it's going to be huge still. Okay? So, innovative technology platforms are built on the foundation of ISO 20022 messaging. As shown below from the ISSA survey in 2021, from 230 respondents worldwide, the majority of actors have projects on corporate actions to adopt ISO messaging by 2023. A large amount of people. Inbound and outbound messaging. So it's not just read anymore, it's read and write. That's technical computer language there. Not something I get into much because I only know a handful about it. And have plans for technology platform upgrades. On to the next. So here we have the XML ISO 20022 ING timetable. And they say CBPR Plus cross-border payments remittance launch of information campaign for customers, fully readiness to receive and send messages in the MX format. So we're leaving the MT format, which is just messaging format, to the rich data format, which is MX messaging. Our aim is to be ready to receive and send messages in MX format from November 2023. Listen to this here. According to Swift statistics, over 80%, I don't think y'all heard me. Over 80% of the banks plan to use the ISO messaging format by November 2023. We have global standards coming through November 2023. The individual stated that DeFi will bring the liquidity. DeFi is coming into global standards in November 2023. And here we have 80% of banks moving to rich messaging format in November 2023 to adhere to these global standards being implemented. Do you see what's going on here? Do you see this? Do you? All right, I got a couple more to show you here. Okay, this is a document from PMPG here. With them. Okay, so market practice guidelines number 13. Market infrastructure. Banks and SWIFT should closely align their roadmap for adoption of ISO 20022 and structure customer data in close alignment to ensure interoperability throughout each of the coexistence phases. So from November 2021 to 2025. They should promote, monitor, and incentivize migration to structured customer data with a targeted end date of November 2023. I don't know how else to show you guys this. I'm just giving you the game here. With the major market infrastructures completing their migration to fully fledged ISO effective Q4 2023, the global demand for structured party information for all parties in the payment messages will become the new normal. You heard this when the flu came around, that the beer virus came around, and they were forcing everybody to do this, and they were saying this is the new normal. Now for financing, you're hearing that this is the new normal for more than 80%. We already went over that 80% of banks are switching in accordance with a Swift statistic. Now PMPG is stating that more than 80% are adopting the new normal of high value payments by November 2023 globally. I got one more thing to show you guys here. One more thing to show you guys there. You're going to thank me for this one. You are going to thank me. This is coming from the Federal Reserve, okay? Federal Bank partners Ripple to accelerate cross-border remittance. Intimation under Regulation 30 pursuant to SEBI, listing obligations and disclosure requirements. Regulation, this is 2015. This is to inform Federal Bank has entered into a partnership with Ripple, a blockchain-supported global remittance company for cross-border remittance through its network. Powered by blockchain-enabled solution, the Ripple platform ensures cross-border transactions much safer and secured. This isn't stuff that I'm posting on my Twitter. This is stuff that only my community on YouTube get to see. This partnership will help Federal Bank to explore new corridors where Ripple is aggressively pursuing new partnerships. In a meeting held today, Mr. Shyam Srinivasan, I already butchered it. My bad, Mr. Srinivasan, Federal Bank MD and CEO, and Mr. John Mitchell, Senior Vice President of Ripple, signed the agreement for the partnership. Kindly take the same on record. Thankfully yours faithfully, the Federal Bank Limited. And there we have the seal. Boom. Boom. I don't know about you, but that deserves a boom. Anyways, I hope you guys found this very insightful as I did. And I hope I was able to put the pieces together for you guys. Expect something by the end of October, leading into November. That liquidity will come rushing through. I'll see you guys on the next one. Nothing but love and respect.
Making major moves. We going all in. Like we got nothing to lose. We making moves. We making major moves. We making moves.